You've probably been scrolling through a dozen range options, worrying that the next one you click, add to cart, might end up just another piece of metal you never really use. It's a real fear spending a solid chunk of money on a stove that looks great on paper, but turns out to be a mismatch for your kitchen layout, your cooking style, or even the kind of fuel you already have. I felt that same hesitation before I started looking into the ZLINE Autograph Edition 48-inch dual-fuel range, so I dug into the specs, the installation requirements, and what the few customer ratings are saying, just to see if it actually lives up to the hype for someone like you. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, this isn't a typical all-electric or all-gas unit. ZLINE's legacy dual-fuel concept means the cooktop runs on natural gas while the two ovens are electric. That combination is meant to give you the rapid heat response of gas for stovetop cooking and the even, dry heat of electric for baking and roasting. If you already have a gas line under your countertop, that's a plus, because you won't need to add a new line just for a stovetop. On the flip side, if your home is set up for electric only, you'd be looking at a fairly involved retrofit, which can add both cost and hassle. The first thing I noticed when the unit arrived, in the showroom, not my own kitchen, was the visual statement it makes. The black stainless steel body is complemented by polished gold accents on the knobs and handles, a look that feels more like a professional kitchen than a residential one. Those exclusive knobs aren't just for show, they're larger than on many standard ranges, making it easier to dial in precise flame levels without constantly readjusting. For anyone who spends a lot of time juggling multiple dishes, that tactile feedback can actually shave a few minutes off a busy dinner service. Now, let's talk about the burners. There are 7, and each is hand-cast in Italy with sealed burners that claim to distribute heat evenly. In practice, that means you can sear a steak on the high-output front-right burner while simmering a sauce on a lower-output side burner without the two fighting each other for fuel. The real-world test comes when you try a classic home-cooked Sunday roast. The high-output burner gets the pan hot in under a minute, giving you that quick sear before you finish with a lower flame for the reduction. The lower burners are perfect for gentler tasks like poaching eggs or melting chocolate, where you don't want a sudden flare-up. One of the more unique features is the pre-seasoned cast-iron griddle that sits on the cooktop when you're not using the burners. It's a solid slab that stays hot, which is great for tabletop grilling in the kitchen or for making pancakes without having to pull out a separate pan. I tried it with a batch of bacon, and the grease rendered into the griddle's surface, creating a semi-non-stick cooking plane that made cleanup surprisingly simple. Just a quick wipe and you're done. If you love breakfast foods or enjoy indoor grilling, that's a practical bonus you won't get on a typical glass-top range. Moving up to the ovens, the dual-cavity design offers a total of 6.0 cubic feet, with each compartment capable of taking pans up to 23 inches wide. That size is genuinely useful when you're cooking multiple dishes at once, like a turkey in one oven and a tray of cookies in the other. The landscape oven windows are low and wide, which means you can peek inside without opening the door and losing heat. I tested the bake function by roasting a whole chicken in the lower oven while the upper oven held a batch of roasted vegetables. Both came out evenly browned, and the temperature didn't drift, something that's often a pain point with cheaper electric ovens that overheat when the door is opened. What does the 4.4-star rating from 12 reviewers tell us? While we don't have detailed snippets, the average score suggests most owners are happy, but the limited number of reviews also hints that this isn't a product you'll find in every home kitchen. That's a clue. It's more of a niche, aspirational piece rather than a mass-market appliance. So who should actually consider buying this ZLINE Autograph? If you're an avid home chef who enjoys multitasking, think sautéing a sauce while searing a steak, then slipping a casserole into the oven, you'll appreciate the distinct burners and the two-oven layout. The range shines for people who host dinner parties regularly, because the extra oven space eliminates the need to juggle dishes in a single cavity. The aesthetic also appeals to those who want a statement piece. The gold accents and professional look can turn a plain kitchen into a focal point. Conversely, if you're renting or you don't have the flexibility to run a gas line, this model could become a costly headache. The unit is heavy, nearly 300 pounds, so moving